Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial on Zeilhan. Today we're going to learn how to improve your email deliverability. So what we did in one of our previous tutorials is that we had this website and we created what's called an RSVP function, where when you're invited to a wedding or a party or even a date, for example, and you want to confirm that you're going to be attending, you'll go on and you'll say, yes, I'm going, no, I'm not going, maybe I'm going, RSVP. But what happens is that the email wasn't being sent when we submitted the form. And this is something you'll find happen on your WordPress website from time to time. So what we're going to do today is we're going to explore 3 ways that you can improve email deliverability on your website. And it's going to be really cool, guys. So let's just get going. The first way is that you're just going to go over to your dashboard and go to settings. This one is super easy, extremely easy. You would not believe it. You go to your dashboard, you go to settings and general. And this ties into step 3, by the way. On settings general, you're going to change your admin email to an email that is set to your domain email. What's a domain email? It's like, let's say your website is mywebsite.com. It could be info@mywebsite.com. So this website is zeilhantutorials.co.uk, as you can see in the URL right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to change to an email here. Now, if you don't have a domain email, it's very easy. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to your website host. Let's say you have cPanel. You're going to log into cPanel and just follow the steps that I'm going to show you rather quickly. When you've logged into cPanel, you're going to go to email accounts and you're just going to create a new email account right here. You can say whatever you want. You can say info, you can say test. I'm using test because that's what I use for the tutorials. And you set your password and you create your email. When you've created your email, it's going to appear here under a list of email accounts, and that's the first step. So we have test@zeilhantutorials.co.uk set right here, and that's really awesome. But we still weren't having our emails sent. So what we did in the next step is that we set up what's called our DKIM, SPF, and MX records, which is quite interesting. I'll tell you what these are right after I show you. On my website host is where I would go to get access to cPanel. And most times your website is going to be hosted at the same place as your domain. Not so for me. On my domain host, which is at NAMEHERO.com, you see we have 3 entries here. They're all SPF text. One of them is a host name @ one is DMARC, and one is default domain. And they all have different values. The best and the easiest way, I've done it this way forever, I haven't looked for it online. The easiest way to get these records is literally to go to your website host and ask them for the DKIM SPF records for your domain, right? Or for your website, and tell them that you want to improve your email deliverability. And this does something very interesting for you. So I'm going to show you an email that we got yesterday in Zeilhan Tutorials. So we're just going to go ahead and check email. We're logging into our webmail. And we're going to open. And right here, it gave us this error. It says to us that mail deliver failed, returning message to sender. And it says here your email has been blocked because the sender is unauthenticated. And Gmail, so sending emails to Gmail, because the to email was to Gmail, it says Gmail requires all senders to authenticate with their SPF or DKIM. And we didn't have these records. So I reached out to the host and I said to them that I would like to have these records set up for my domain. My domain was not hosted with my website host. So I had to go to my domain host, give them the records that I got from my website host, and ask them to add it. If you have these records, you can go ahead and add them like this. I'm going to show you what the records look like. So this is what the records look like. And once you get these values, you can just go ahead and add them to your domain, or you can ask your domain host, which most times is going to be your website host, to add them for you. And that's going to be the second step. Now, if the emails still aren't sending, which at this stage, it just means that you have what's called an SMTP issue, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, in a nutshell, is like you're speaking French to someone who speaks Spanish, or English to someone who speaks French. They're not going to really understand. And SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, is similar in that it's going to be the translator for the different languages. So if you notice it, we're on WordPress for our website. So where's my website? Here's my website. We're on WordPress. And WordPress is written in PHP. But other email servers aren't written in PHP, different programming languages. So what SMTP does is it's basically like a translator to say that, all right, these things are okay, go ahead and accept email, because even though you don't understand the language, here is a common ground that we can meet on to say that we are friend, not ally. It protects from spam and, stuff like that. So the way that you're going to go about setting up your SMTP is you're going to go back to your WordPress dashboard. You're going to go to plugins. You're going to add new plugin. It's very easy to set up SMTP. Just literally type SMTP in the search, and you're going to see a few options. The most popular one by far is WP Mail SMTP. I've had this on my website for almost 5 years at this stage, guys. You can go ahead and use it, even though it's untested with your version of WordPress, probably. All right, but I'm going to be using Fluent SMTP for this one, simply because I like the interface a little bit more. You can use any one of them. The setup process is going to be the same. So we're going to go ahead and install and activate. After we've installed and activated, you can just go to Fluent SMTP settings, or you can go to settings, Fluent SMTP. This is a screen that you're going to be met with when you go on Fluent SMTP. You're going to click other SMTP. And you know what's interesting, guys? I want you to look at this. You can actually set up Google Workspace, or you can set up with Mailgun or AWS or Elastic Mail. So you can go ahead and integrate with all of these, but we're going to be using other SMTP for our configuration. Our from email is going to be the email that we just set up. So we're going to go back to cPanel, and we're going to manage. The from email is going to be the email that we're going to be using. And most times it's going to be the same email that we set here on the settings general, which is going to be test@zeilhantutorials.co.uk. So I can just go ahead and copy and paste this one. The from name, you can use any from name that you'd like to just identify it. I'm just going to say RSVP tutorial website. And by the way, if you want to know how to set up an RSVP function on your website, you can just check out the tutorial below. Now, SMTP host, SMTP port. Here's where you're going to get this information. You're going to go back to cPanel. You're going to go to email accounts. Under your email accounts, the same email that you're using here for settings general and for here, you're going to go to that email. You're not going to check email this time. You're going to manage. All right. Under manage, it says here test@zeilhantutorials.co.uk. Perfectly fine. You're going to scroll all the way down, and you're going to configure or connect devices. You're going to use a secure SSL TLS settings. Secure meaning that is going to encrypt whenever the information is being sent, so hackers can't intercept and steal your message. And you're going to be using this information. So here it is, the test@zeilhantutorials.co.uk. That is going to be the username here. The SMTP password is going to be the password of this email account that you set. Now, if you don't remember your email's password, you can go ahead and reset it. Let me just show you how to do that rather quickly. You're going to go to email accounts. Right here at test.zeilhantutorials, you're going to click manage. All right. And after you click manage, it's going to bring up the screen. You can set a new password. All right, generate a new password, and then you can update it. But I already know my email password, so I'm just going to have that right here. You're also going to enter the SMTP host and port. You're going to get that information right here. That's going to be outgoing. So it's going to be zeilhantutorials.co.uk for our outgoing. Let's go ahead and copy this and paste right here. And our SMTP port is going to be the port number that's listed here, which is 465. Ensure that you select SSL, all right, because it says here that it's a secure SSL or TLS. Now you can use TLS, but I'm just going to keep it at SSL and ensure everything is set up as is. You have your host, port, SSL. You can leave these on. You can store access keys in database, and that's just going to ensure that you always have this username and password available. So even if you remove the plugin and reinstall, it's going to retrieve that for you. And go ahead and save connection settings. After you've saved your connection settings, let's go ahead and test. Let's go to our pages. We are going to complete this form. After we have completed this form, just go ahead and submit. Now the form works, all right, because it should redirect to this page once the email has been complete. Once the form is completed and we select yes. Now let's just go ahead and check our domain email to see if there's anything there to look at. Just go to email accounts, and we are going to check mail. and open. And I don't see anything here. Not sure if we should receive anything. But all right, let's just check our Gmail that we entered on the form to see if the email is there. And the email is actually there, as you can see. Let's just go ahead and click on this. So this is Justin and Linda are the persons who were sending the email, who were creating the RSVP. So they're the ones that's getting married, and the information is there. The information is there. You can check our other email as well. And this is saying to us that this person has responded. So the reason why I came here is because we are forwarding in the forum. We want to say that whenever someone says that they're coming or not, or maybe they're attending, it's going to send to this email. But the email that we also entered for our response was the same. So that's how we got 2 emails. And yeah, we have successfully set up our email sending issues, or resolved our email sending issues. We have more awesome tutorials like this on our YouTube channel. If you'd like more, just go ahead and check it out. And hey, let's learn how to make your website faster in this next tutorial right away. Cheers.